check. We are live. Let's see. Okay, we finally got the custom chopper dialed in. Let's see, we got a good used battery in it, supplied by the customer, about 55 volts. So probably some makeshift lead cells. I don't even know. Sometimes they replace them. I'm not sure how they do it, but yeah, this one got a used battery. So pretty much on this one, pretty straightforward. We did a diagnostics, kind of checked it out. Looks like this one sat for a while, about 10 years. Gas tank is super varnished out. Whew. The fumes are, can't even focus on it, but it's pretty, I have my light on me, but it's pretty varnished in there. Can't use the gas tank, so we have an auxiliary tank here, but I'm kind of glad we finally got this thing running. So I was kind of trying to figure this out. I don't work on too many of these older Harleys here. It's very rare, you know, there's quite a few out there, but from my research, I think this is I forget exactly what it's called, but I think it's called like a shovel bottom end with a Evo top end, because this right here is kind of like a shovel head bottom end, and then these has aluminum cylinders with aluminum rockers. The other thing too that makes it really noticeable is the cam side, the right side of the crankcase cover. Just basically the shape of where the cam sits, the plate there. This is more of a shovel design here compared to you know, the pre-Evo and Evo Evolution motors. Has a completely different cam side to the engine. But this is like, I believe this is aftermarket here too, because usually aftermarket or Harley Davidson cases won't have a star in the motor. So I'm not sure, it could be S&S or it could be RevTech or something like that. There's a couple brands that make cases, and then obviously aluminum heads, modern rockers on it. So kind of gives the reliability of a newer, you know, Evolution type motor. More power, more reliability, more modifications available. But this bike's pretty solid. Looks like it's been sitting outside for quite a while. So you know, tires are a little cracked and dry rotted, but either way, pretty much all we wanted to do was get the carburetor going on this thing, and that's what we did. We also put some oil in it. Notice it was kind of empty. There's no oil on the stick, so we just cranking it over, and I could hear the oil pump return pushing air into the oil tank here. So I'm not sure if somebody drained it, or usually it just doesn't evaporate. Usually what will happen on these Harleys is gravity will force its way down into the oil pump. I think this is the return side here, and yeah, because I think this feeds to the oil filter housing, then through the oil filter housing back into the motor, and this is the return side here. So usually what will happen when it's been sitting for a while is the oil in the crankcase will basically return, bypass the check valve and the oil pump here, and usually fill this crankcase. And these type of older engines on the Evolution, there's actually a drain plug, and I don't see any type of drain plug on these cases here. The only plug I see is on the oil tank here, and just from how that looks, I'm probably not going to pull it off. I'd rather just pull this off and stick a hose down there, suck the oil out. But nonetheless, kind of have it rigged up on a external tank here. So see, I notice it doesn't fire up in the middle position. I have to go fully key on with the headlights on. And then I was kind of wondering maybe if this switched, because it was kind of, you know, a little sticky, so I sprayed some oil in it, kind of help, you know, get it unstuck. Maybe the contacts were a little sticky. But yeah, pretty cool. This one right here just has a starter button on the side. Ooh, go ahead and throw some choke out. gotta shut this thing off before I piss off the neighbors. This thing's stupid loud, huh? Okay, that's it. Damn. Yeah, this is a custom chopper right here. Damn, this thing is fucking loud.
But I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Do you have like little springs?
What kind of little springs?
Like those springs that you see like pens? But, like,
Oh.
like small?
What are you trying to build?
Something with paper.
Oh damn, it's fucking smoking here. Yeah. Try not to breathe that fucking carbon monoxide in too much. Oof. Okay. Springs? I might have something in here. Hold on. Yeah, I am actually. Let's see. Like one of those springs right there. That's about it.
Yeah, like those, yeah.
But what are you using it for though? Be careful so you don't break it or drop all the shit. Here, use it there.
I'll give it back.
Okay. Well, you can keep it. I'm just wondering what you're using it for. All right, cool, guys. So that's pretty much it. We got the, what do you call it? Yeah, that was the choke that I was messing with right now. I'll try to get this thing started. But yeah, once it warms up for a couple seconds, it actually runs pretty damn good, which is pretty nice. I don't know why we got these rags in here.
Thank you, Father.
Yeah, you got it, boy? Yeah, let me know if that works.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, fucking Harley time. Yeah, I think the oil looks to be staying pretty constant in the tank. I think it was empty, so tank had a little bit of rust in it. You know, it's just kind of something that happens with these older bikes if you don't leave it filled up. But yeah, I want to buy a motorcycle just to mess with sometime. Yeah, man. I mean, you can always have fun. I got plenty of engines. Once I once I have some free time, I got some of my own personal engines that I got to knock out. But actually, speaking of which, we got this Yamaha R1 here. I got a engine we got to slam in. I got to go ahead and, yeah, check that out. Got an engine we got to swap in there. But yep, finally got the custom chopper finished. Kind of told the customer it'd be nice if we could ride it, but I'm not putting fuel in this tank and having all that shit go back into the carb. So I gave him a price to basically restore this gas tank. It's kind of a custom tank, it looks like. So to find one that has the same mounts here, unless this is like a production tank that you could buy out of the catalog from like Drag Specialties, then maybe. Usually restoring it might be around the same cost as buying a new one. The only difference is going to be sometimes it might be best. This one right here is like so-so. It's not the worst I've seen, but usually it takes a couple weeks to do a tank properly with degreasing, acid treatment, and then final epoxy coating. Waiting for everything to cure. But if this tank was good, could take the bike out for a test drive, even though with these old ass tires on it, just kind of take it slow. That way I can get a feel. I know the brakes didn't feel too healthy on this one right here. Front feels okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits on this one. No more work to be done. All services performed, so we'll see if the customer wants me to do the gas tank. Maybe we'll go ahead and show a gas tank job. I know I was supposed to do one. I kind of videotaped the process on doing my Gixxer 600. Haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet, but it's kind of like a multi-step process. It's a lot more than just, you know, something that's going to get done in one night. Usually it takes like a month to properly do a tank, depending on how bad it is. On my gas tank, it took like 6 months. I'd probably charge like $1,000 to do my gas tank, and that's what it costs about brand new, just because of how many hours I had to put into it. But yeah, this is a pretty cool motor. Looks like it has some oil leaks, you know. Overall, customer just wanted this bike just to hear it run. So we threw some oil in it, and we got the carburetor dialed in. So it's probably still a little bit more. Degrease the engine, look for oil leaks, replace the tires, probably new chain, the correct battery, get the gas tank going. You know, there's pretty much besides that, figure out what's going on with this seat here, missing the spring rods for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty styling. All right, guys. So yeah, how much do dirt bike cost you? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Dirt bikes, all depends. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it quits, and I got some other projects to work on, so I know we're getting close to Christmas here, so we're gonna try to get some of these bikes back to the customers, you know, before the holidays set in. But yeah, so far so good. I kind of like the way this thing is feeling right here. Yeah, feels pretty solid. And yeah, so what I was gonna say was, if you guys just found this channel, go ahead and give me a follow, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on the latest videos. We get a lot of random bikes, so a lot of random services. Just depends what we're gonna do. So, and we don't really have a set schedule, just depends on whenever we have the opportunity to finish something. It's all depends, usually with the complexity and the type of services, the age of these bikes, the length they've been sitting for. I try to give, you know, ballpark estimates on when they'll be complete or when I can anticipate completion, but you know, a lot of parts, research, services. But this one right here took a little bit less than a month to get it dialed in. I also worked on a other bike of the owner of this one here, so we got about 2 bikes done in 1 month from this guy, which that's pretty good. And we'll see, I think he had another one he was going to drop off, so we'll take a look. But yeah, I like the way this thing runs, and I even told him if the gas tank was ready to go, this would probably be pretty fun to take this thing on a test drive right now and see how it does. But yep, that's pretty much it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it good and charge up the iPhone, and we'll be back here. We'll see if we got any other videos. Maybe this gotta do this R1 at some point. I gotta get this bad boy onto the lift. But all right, guys, thanks for watching.